Hey guys, welcome back to the next hymn, and today we will be starting the hymn of the intercessions. Now, the hymn of the intercessions, or known as the Hiten, that comes after either Tai Shore, Ti-shoori, or Entho, Ti-shoori, which we have all taken two of in the previous lessons. It's all in the channel. You'll be able to find them, learn them if you haven't already. The hymn of the intercessions was introduced in the last roughly 200 years. It's not 100% accurate, but these are my resources. The resources that I've been looking into claim that they've been between 100 to 200 years that have been introduced. And one of the references that one of the resources that I've been looking into has claimed that the actual intercessions part has come from the part called the aspasmos, okay, or part of the Quddas. You got your aspasmos Adam, your aspasmos Vatos, but then later on, to preserve it, because it was about to get lost, to preserve it, they moved it and they brought it into the liturgy of the word, and then they started introducing more saints depending on the saint of the church, the feast, and so on. Now, the verses vary from church to church. Now, you've got some churches tend to do a lot more, some just because they've got because there's no right or wrong when it comes to the intercessions. You could do 2-3 verses, you could do 10, 12, 15, 20 verses. You've got a different verse for every saint. You've got a different verse for every feast or event in the church, whether if it's a fasting period like Kiak, you've got 3 or 4 additional verses. The resurrection, you have 2 additional verses, depending on the saint of the church or feast of the saint. Recently, in the last, I want to say 12 to 15 years roughly, Ma'alim Ibrahim and the chorus of the Clericia at the cathedral, they've started combining the saints. Some people are against it, some people aren't. But I think that's just a time matter. That instead of saying every martyr individually, they've done it all together just to save on time. Another reason why it was Abuna Antonius Ibrahim Hayat, he claimed that the cathedral is very, very big, and to kill time, they added all these martyrs and saints. They've got all these combinations. So by the time they finished the hymn of the Hiten, Abuna would have arrived back at the sanctuary or the altar in time. So it's a timing matter. So it's not like Abuna is still out there and the Hiten are done. There's churches that say Hiten of Ki. There's churches that say Hiten of Shi. Now, there's a lot of contradictory about this, okay? But I advise you all to look into it. I'll tell you what I've been looking into it recently. Now, a lot of people will say, Hiten of Ki because the Hiteniyat are Coptic. So Ki sounds curtain Coptic only. But, however, another argument is a lot of Coptic and Greek have been mixed into the liturgy, into Tesbihah. There's been a lot of mixing recently done, and therefore you need to figure out what's Coptic and what's Greek, and that's why they'll say Hiteni Efshi. Now, it's not actually Efshi if it's Greek, okay? I can't actually pronounce it. It's like Efchi, something like that. If you're Greek, or if you know that someone is Greek, they'll be able to tell you that it's Efchi, and it is Greek rather than Coptic. Now, I've been looking into it a lot recently because myself, I started to get a little bit confused. But we've come to a conclusion, me and my teacher, that it's Hiteni Efshi or Efchi. It's a Greek word, and it's been mixed into the Coptic language. Regardless if it's FQ or FShe, most important thing is, to pray, just follow whatever your church says, okay? In my opinion, more importantly is your heart. Your heart has to be, pray with your heart, that's more important than battling it out or FQ or FShe, Obviously try to do the right thing, okay? But we'd also, more importantly, is to, have peace between your fellow deacons and the congregation around you. That's more important, I've spoken a lot myself now. Let's get into it. I'll try and teach you I know previously I've said we'll do the long tune, but the long tune is a bit too long. Let's get into the basics first, and then later on, if it's requested, we could do the long tune. But for now, we'll start off with Saint Mary, and then some of the angels, and I'll skip the fast or feast ones. If there are specific ones that you need me doing, you know, if you, for example, Kiak is the next feast coming up end of the year. If you want me to do that, maybe I could release that on another video if you want. If you have a specific saint that you want me to do, I can try and do that for you as well. I'll do the Saint Mary one first, and then if there's any differences, I'll in the next verses I'll stop, say them, and so you could learn them. If there's no differences, then I'll skip the repeated part and tell you the different parts, that, you know, the different lyrics in the middle. So for now, let's try and familiarize ourselves with the tune. Now you'll probably be very, very familiar with it, but this time we're going to be focusing on the lyrics so we can pronounce them properly. I'm going to cover as many saints as possible, just so it covers, you know, it's more suited to everyone around the world, really, as many as possible, you know. I will cover the combined ones as well, and a separate video. I'll make a video dedicated to the combined saints, martyrs, female martyrs, and so on, you know, if you need, and the patriarchs. I will do that separately, and I'll do the solo ones as well separately. So let's get straight into it. Hiten neberezvia, Hiten neberezvia, Enteti theotokos, Enteti theotokos, Eth oab Maria, Eth oab Maria. And the repeated part, the chorus, okay. Choice ari ehmot nan, choice ari ehmot nan, empiko evol, empiko evol, entenen novi, entenen novi. So you got the hiteni, the introduction to every verse, okay. Now, depending on the saint, okay, that we're going to say, if it's a Saint Mary, an angel, or Saint John, it's going to be Hiten neberezvia. Okay, if it's a saint, a martyr, an apostle, a saint, it's going to be Hiten Ti-shoori. Okay, so they're all the same structure, except the first verse, you know, going into it, is going to be flat out. It's not going to start high like the other verses. So listen up. Hiten neberes, Hiten neberes. Okay, so you see that's flat. The later verses will start higher, which we'll get onto later on. Hiten neberes, Hiten neberes. Veya, veya. All together. Hiten neberes veya, Hiten neberes veya. Last time. Hiten neberes veya, enteti theo, enteti theo, enteti theo. Last time. Enteti theo. Toko seth oab, enteti theo, toko seth oab, toko seth oab, toko seth oab, enteti theo, Toko Seth Oab Enteti Theo Toko Seth Oab. And in Maria we're gonna proper go high. Maria, 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 Eb choice. Maria, Eb choice. Maria, Eb choice. Let's take it from Enteti. Enteti Theo Toko Seth Oab Maria Eb choice. Let's take it from the beginning. Hiten presveia Enteti Theo Toko Seth Oab Maria Eb choice. Last time, and then we'll take the repeated part of the chorus. Hiten presveia Enteti Theo Toko Seth Oab Maria Eb choice. Got it? Then the next part, it's quite quick, okay? It's all words. We're all pretty familiar with it. Just gonna go through it. Now for the people that don't know it, okay? Ari motnan empiko. Ari motnan empiko. Ari motnan empiko. Ari motnan empiko. Evolente novi. Evolente novi. So all together. Ari motnan empiko. Evolente novi. Last time. Ari motnan empiko. Evolente novi. From a choice. Eb choice. Ari motnan empiko. Evolente novi. Let's take the whole verse from the beginning. Hiten presveia Enteti Theo Toko Seth Oab Maria Eb choice. Ari motnan empiko. Evolente novi. Perfect. If you're happy with that, we'll proceed. If not, pause the video, rewind, and practice more. Next verse. So from the next verse onwards, Hiten is high. Okay. Now this one we're still continuing with Ebresvia. It's for the angels. For the angels, we'll still say Ebresvia. So so after Ebresvia, okay, let's do Archangel Michael next. A lot of churches tend to do Archangel Michael by himself. And the words are Entepi archi angelos. Entepi archi angelos. Entepi archi angelos. Ethoab. Ethoab. Michael. Michael. So far, Ethoab and Michael, very easy. Eb archon. Eb archon. Enna nifi owi. enna, nifi, o, we. And that backs as well what I was saying earlier, how they've mixed Greek and Coptic together. Archon, key sounds kha in Greek. So there's been a mixture between Greek and Coptic. So that's why some people still think it's F-she rather than F-key. So it makes sense. Eb archon, enna, nifi, o, we. Enna, nifi, o, we. And it's Ebchoisari Ehmot and so on. So let's try and break it down. So listen to how Hiten starts this time. Okay. Hiten peres. See, it was high. First one is Hiten peres. Next one. Hiten peres. Okay. Now, the presvia as well is slightly different. The first one was elongated out. Okay, this one's cut. Okay. Hiten peres veyantepi. So the first one is eya enteti the. First one. Second one. Hiten peres veyantepi. Got it? Archangels. Archangels. Next part. Entho. Let's take it from the beginning. I don't think that's hard, but if you do feel like it's a bit too much, pause, rewind. Hiten peres veyantepi Archangels Entho. One more time. Hiten peres veyantepi Archangels Entho. Okay, next part. Michael ba'archonena. Michael ba'archonena. Michael ba'archonena. Okay. Nifi owi. Michael ba'archonena nifi owi. Michael ba'archonena nifi owi. Last time. Michael ba'archonena nifi owi. So Archangel Michael actually has another verse, which is said in the resurrection. Later on, when we get closer to the resurrection feast and I start recording hymns for the resurrection, I'll teach it to you guys. But for now, let's go through the whole verse again. And after now, if you we go into choice again. So let's take it from the beginning of that verse. Hiten peres veyantepi Archangels Entho. Michael ba'archonena nifi owi. Choice ari ehmot nanem pico evolenten novi. To save your time, okay, I'm not going to say the reverse anymore. The repeated part, the chorus of Choice Ari Ahmad. I'll only say choice. and then leave you guys to, you would have known it by now anyway, so you don't need me to keep on repeating it. So we'll go through that one a couple of more times, and then we'll take Archangel Gabriel. Hiten presveiante Archangels Entho Michael Archangel fi choice. Last time. Hiten presveiante Archangels Entho Michael Archangel fi choice. Easy, right? Now, Archangel Gabriel is very, very similar as one of the one of the archangels or archangels, depending where you're from. Okay, as one of the archangels, he has the same introduction. Hiten presveiante Archangels Entho. Okay, exactly the same. Now, the difference is the wording for himself. So his name, okay, and it's Gabriel. Pifai the announcer. Gabriel Pifai. And it's a choice. So literally it's that. That's all you need to learn. And that's another verse done. This is the beauty of this hymn. Very easy. So listen up. Archangel Entho Gabriel Pifai Gabriel Pifai Gabriel Pifai choice. Again, let's take it from the beginning of that verse. Hiten presveiante Archangels Entho Gabriel Pifai choice. Again, and last time. Hiten presveiante Archangels Entho Gabriel Pifai Got it? Choice. We'll take one more and we'll conclude today's lesson. So this one is the heavenly multitudes, okay, all the heavenlies, which is basically all the ranks of the angels. The 7 archangels and the heavenly orders, that's what it translates to. So it's the same. Hiten presveiante, the high parts. Hiten presveiante. Okay, entepi. Now, entepi shashf. Shashf means 7. Entepi shashf. Entepi shashf. En archangels. En archangels. Entepi shashf. En archangels. Nemni tagma. nemni tagma, en epuranion. En epuranion. I'll try and break it down for you. Hiten peres feyantepi shashfena arshi. Again. Entepi shashfena arshi. Shashfena arshi. Entepi shashfena arshi. Angelos. Yeah, it's not, you don't elongate that one, you know. I'll try and tell you where you elongate and where you don't. So let's take it from the beginning. Hiten peres feyantepi shashfena arshi. Angelos. Got it? One more time and then we'll take the next part. Hiten peres feyantepi shashfena arshi. Angelos. Next part. Nemni tagma. Nemni tagma. Nemni tagma. En epora. En epora. Nemni tagma. En epora. Nemni tagma. En epora. Neon. 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 Choice. Nemni tagma en epora. Neon. Choice. Easy. From the beginning of that verse, we'll say it 2-3 times, and then we'll conclude this lesson. And that would have been St. Mary and the angels. There's Raphael as well, but it's not a common one, so I won't say this one. I won't say Raphael for now. However, Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, depending on how quick you say your liturgy, if you tend to say just a small amount of the verses, then you tend to just go from St. Mary to the 7 archangels and the heavenly orders straight away. Shashfin Archangels. And Tepi Shashfin Archangels, yeah. So, the other two, most of the verses can be optional, depending on time, you know, that all plays a factor. Let's go again into that verse 2-3 times, and then we'll have a recap, and then we'll conclude the lesson. Hiten peres feyantepi shashfena arshi. Angelos nemni tagma en epora. Neon choice. Hiten peres feyantepi shashfena arshi. Angelos nemni tagma en epora. Neon choice. Last time. Hiten peres feyantepi Ente pishash fenarshi Angelos nemni Tama en epora Neoneb choice Ari emot, and so on. Let's have a quick recap of these 4 verses. And remember, the first one starts off flat, and it doesn't go high. Hiten peres veia Theo tokoseth o abmaria choice ari emot nanem pico evolenten novi Hiten peres feiantepi archi angelos Entho ab Michael ba'archan nanifi owe choice Hiten peres feiantepi archi angelos Entho ab Gabriel b'faishe no fieb choice Hiten peres feiantepi shash fenarshi Angelos nemni Tama en epora Neoneb choice. And there you go, guys. That's your 4 verses, your first 4 verses of the Hymn of the Intercessions, or known as the Hiten. I'm hoping this was a beneficial lesson. And we will continue over the next few weeks, taking as many verses as possible so it suits most of you around the world. If you have any questions, if you have a specific verse that you want me to say, please reach out to me and I'll try and get that recorded out for you. As you can see, I am wearing the new merchandise which arrived a couple of days ago. I bought a few different merch. I bought t-shirts, I bought hoodies, I bought different colors. They will be on sale soon. When I do sell them, this will go towards funding this service, the subscriptions to the editing softwares, all the tech that I've paid for. It won't be a profitable thing for me. If it ends up being profitable, if I do end up making any profit out of it, it will go towards the church. I do not intend to keep any of the money. This is a service, and like I said, this is purely for you guys. If you do want them, I will let you know. I'll put out on my Instagram when they'll be going on sale. But do look out, and if you are interested, please let me know. For now, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, let anyone around you know, and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you for tuning in.